how you doing? Today we're going to do a initial review of the Ford Focus RS. I've had, let's see, it's Monday today. I picked it up on late Friday afternoon. I've had all weekend with it and drove it to work and back today. Took the long way home, and I've got a little bit more at home with it. So I thought it's a good time to give you some initial thoughts after a few days of ownership. So first of all, let me say this: I'm not going to talk about my previous car, except for the fact there was nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Great car, WRX. If anyone's watching, 2016 WRX. Great car. The only reason I got rid of it is because I wanted a Focus RS. Wanted one ever since I heard about it. I just happened to see this one on a dealer's lot, and they give me a good deal, so I took it away. But I never really, this time last week, never even dreamt of getting a Focus RS. It's like it just happened all of a sudden. So anyway, for those of you that are upset that I've changed teams, I apologise. It is just a car. At the end of the day, it's just a car, and we got to do what we enjoy doing. We gotta go with what we want to do, no matter what the badge says on the front. Okay, well let's start off. First things first. The feel of the car does feel really good. I'm unable to connect a device on my phone. It does feel very good. It's nice and comfortable. Great seats. I like the way everything's enclosed around you. This center console is quite wide. It kind of comes out a little. Here's my knee. I don't know if you can't see that one there, but my knee's up against it. The gear stick's just really nice, in a nice position. Don't have to go reaching for it or anything, and the gearbox is just silky smooth. The steering's real nice. In normal mode, it's got 4 driving modes. If those of you that don't know, I'm sure most of you do if you're watching this, but it's got normal mode, sport mode, track mode, and drift mode. For the road, it's normal and sport. I'm going to do an autocross in 2 weeks' time, and I'll probably be doing drift mode, I think, to try and get the back end to rotate a little bit. Not trying to drift or anything on autocross, but just trying to get the back end to come around with me. I think that's what I'm going to try anyway. I might try drift mode with obviously the traction control, stability control off, because it automatically does that anyway when you select it. I think I'll try drift mode with the sport suspension, because there's a little button here I can add the sport suspension to it, the race suspension, sorry, the track suspension, which is supposed to be extremely firm. The autocross I'm going to is on a Air Force runway, so it is very smooth and very clean. Anyway, let's go back to where we were. The gearbox, as I was saying, I love it. Driving it right now in normal mode, it couldn't be easier. It's just like driving a normal manual Ford Focus, I imagine. It doesn't feel anything special about it. It's firm but fair. It's a well cushioned ride, but it's obviously, you do feel the lumps and the bumps, which you want to. That's what you need out of this car. But it's not uncomfortable with it. One other thing I like about it, well, I say one other thing, there's going to be a lot of things. One thing I really do like about this is the view. It is really good. I can look over my shoulder and see everything out the right. Look over my shoulder, see everything through the door to my left. Plenty of see out the fucker. There, you can see out the fucker. There we go. Okay, so we're still just in manual mode. I mean, a 55 mile an hour. I was doing 54. So hopefully, when we do get on it in a minute, my tripod will stay there. I had trouble with that yesterday, trying to get it to stay. Didn't like it too much. Okay, next thing. The brakes. The brakes are fucking fantastic. It's got Brembos on it. I've not had a car with Brembos on before, and you hear about them all the time. And the hype is true. Believe the hype. They are good. They're very good. Listen to that. Oh my god, that's something else I love. Actually, the stay on track brakes, great. Nice feel to them, progressive, and got a hell of a bite when you push them down. When you push them a little firmer. The clutch. I don't know what to say about the clutch, except it's really fucking easy to use. You've got to be a knob end to stall this one, which I did yesterday, by the way. But it's hard to stall it. It's not got a lot of the clutch has just maybe got like a couple of inches of bite in it, feel in it. Once it's outside of there, you've got nothing. But it's the pedals like really nice. It's got a nice feel to it. It's not heavy. It's not light. It's nice and springy. I like the clutch. It's cool. Nothing to say about the fucking clutch, except I like it. Right then, the engine noise. When you're just cruising like this, the actual cabin noise is pretty good. A lot better than some of my previous cars. Do you know what? I forgot what the fuck I was going to say. Oh yes. You put it in sport mode and get on it, and it sounds amazing. The engine sounds like you've got like a V8 underneath there or something. It's just got this huge like roar, rumble to it, like this low down growl. I'll show you what I mean. Actually, let's put it into sport mode. There it is in sport, and you get pops out of the exhaust when you put it in the sport mode as well. Listen to that engine. I'm not even accelerating hard. 4 grand change. I don't know where we're going, by the way. I've got a fucking clue. Actually, there's no road right down my standing still quarter of a mile at that time. Not in this car, by the way. But oh shit, that's going to look great on the camera, and that sun straight in our eyes. Maybe we should turn around and go back. Whew, jeez, I can't see shit. I guess that's what these are for. Yeah, I think I'll find somewhere to turn around. Oh, talking about turning around. This is a major gripe with this car, and probably the worst thing I'll ever find with it. And it's its turning circle, its turning radius. It is nothing short of abysmal. It's terrible. It's willful. I don't know where I'm going now. I just wanted to find a nice little place to turn around where I could go in someone's drive back out where it's still got visibility in the road. I guess this will have to do. I didn't want it too bumpy either. That's all the way on lock. That's full lock. I need to put this in I should have took it to a parking lot where I could have put it in full lock and showed you what I was talking about. But yeah, the turning radius is terrible. I found out that the hard way by trying to turn around in a road, and just couldn't make it without going into the ditch. So I had to back up and do a 3-point turn, and there was vehicles coming. They had to slow down and let me do it. So yeah, it was a pain in the ass. But yeah, that's the biggest downside to this The other downside is miles per gallon. It fucking drinks fuel. It really does. I think the best I've got out of it so far was like 23 and a half going to work this morning. I don't know how accurate that gauge is, but obviously I'm out playing with it now. I'll have to try and do a more accurate count, because now the fuel economy is going to go way down, because we're going to open her up a few times. And it's done. We've done 793 miles since Friday, so 3 days. Well, you can basically say 2 days, because I didn't do anything with it today while it was sat at work. Come on, that's it. Get your ass in there. I should have just gone in. Well, maybe they're going to drive a little faster than I thought. I'm going to put a bit of bonus footage on the end of this video. I went out and shot this last night. Shot a whole nice video, and well, when I say nice video, it was an okay video. The reason why you're not going to see it is because it wasn't fucking good enough, so it wasn't that okay. But on the way back, I come up behind a Mustang GT, and he seen me and he just took off, so I chased him for a little bit, and stopped by the side. It was just a young guy. I put my hand up, then turned around, come back, spoke to him, and yeah, it was fun. So I'll put a little bonus footage in there. You'll be able to hear the engine sound and stuff like that from the back, and the camera's flopping all the way over left and right. So I'm going to try not to get that with it tonight. Oh, this is a nice corner as well. Bastards. Yeah, handling. I can't really go too much into it. Obviously, I don't know where the limit of the car is, but initial thoughts are it's amazing. Really, really good. I've not squealed a tyre yet, and I've not really pushed it enough to do that. Set that fucking low on a little bit. Yeah, I've not really. Shit, let's put up on the side of the road. I've not gone fast enough to just to squeal anyway, but I've took some corners pretty tight, and it just sits there. The only thing is the turning. You turn it and the nose just goes in. I'm not used to that. It's kind of it's not mechanical. It's over exaggerated a little bit, so you gotta get used to it. You know, when you're in normal mode, it's just normal like you expect, and then you put it in sport mode, and all of a sudden it's just the slightest little movement on there, and you're turning. So you kind of got to get used to that. But once you do, after a few turns, and you get it back in your head that it's doing it, it's really good. Well, we better start doing some shit here before the sun goes down on us. I wanted to put up actually up here. I could have just drove up here just a minute ago, but I wanted to take this corner. I don't want to rev it right out. You can hear the pops from the exhaust. I've kind of got a hill towing. This is a strange car. If any one of you have got a Focus ST, I believe they're the same. But the damn accelerator pedal is like that much lower than the brake pedal. I guess what they're thinking is you push the brake down and then go over and hit it. But so everyone's used to just leaving the back of the hill up a little bit and then rolling over onto it, or going down, swiveling their foot and dabbing it. But with this one, it's in a different place, so you're kind of having to swivel and then go downwards even more to find it. So what it tends to do is it tends to put more brake, and you kind of judder the brake a little bit, kind of like when you first learning the heel toe, which I am. I'm no professional at it, but that makes it even worse for me because I've got to learn it again, and I was just getting it down with the other car. I got it where I could get it every single time and rev match it real good. But yeah, this one's going to be a whole new rev matching's fine. Well, he says, and he didn't quite rev match that enough. But yeah, normally I'm fine rev matching it. There's no problems there. Oh, here we go. Let's try this turning circle. Might be all right with this. Yeah, we're okay here. You can see, look, there's nothing tight about it. I do love that. Love that popping. What it does when you put it in sport mode, I believe it opens like a little flap in the exhaust, and I think it squirts a little fuel into the heads, and it ignites and pops in the exhaust. I don't know the whole fucking terminology of it. I'm sure someone will post down below exactly what it is, but I kind of understand. It's unburnt fuel being ignited somewhere else. So, but it's really cool. If you're 20 years old, you'd probably get your dick out over it. But it kind of makes you. It does turn people's heads, and they see my old fat ass in this car, and they're probably thinking, "What the fuck is up with him?" But yeah, well, maybe what I should do now is get a blow-off valve or a dump valve, as we call it, and then completely look like a knob end. But I do like it. It does give you. It does put a smile on your face every time I hear it. Alright, we're going to put up in here. I put up here before in a previous video. Let's just go ahead. I was going to back up in here, but let's just go ahead and stick it straight up on the grass. Oh God, you see that? I just touched the brake and it's like bang, stopped. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I think I might leave the car running. Yeah, let's leave it running, and I'll stop the camera, restart it, and we'll have a quick look around the car and a quick look at the interior, and we'll go from there. Thank you. Okay folks, here's the outside. It's still running. We'll just have a quick walk around. You all know what one looks like, but here it is in white with some dead flies and different shit on the front. I really do like the look of the front. I'd love it if it had a scoop like a WRX, a hood scoop. I think that would really round this car off. But that is a Subaru thing. Do you know what? Something I do miss about Subaru is the camaraderie, however you fucking pronounce it. But yeah, I've got no one to put my hand up to anymore, because these things are about as rare as rocking horse shit on the road. You hardly ever see them. So yeah, and I can't put my hand up at a Subaru guy anymore. I probably still will, and I wonder what the fuck I'm doing. But yeah, that's a bit of a shame. It was kind of a family, you know. Yeah. Anyway, that's my own fault. But let's go and have a look inside the car. There's my camera. To get the rear shots with. I still got a Scooby-Doo number plate. I think that's going to stay on there for a bit. I can't be bothered to change it. Alright, now then, we're inside. You know what, let's go and sit in there. Oh, but first let me show you these pedals, if you can see them. Let's put them... No, you can't really. But this one... Actually, let's see if we can at least focus on it. This one over here, look, is way lower. The clutch is just a little higher than the brake, but not by much. But the brake to the accelerator is definitely, I would say, an inch to an inch and a half lower. It's a very strange place. Seats, really nice seats, nice hugging seats. They're a bit small for my fat ass. I need to lose some fucking weight to really appreciate these things. Sorry, I'm getting some dust off of there. This is a wide angle lens, but it needs to be super wide to get in here. Let's sit in the car. Oh, sorry folks, I didn't say I was a professional videographer. Okay, so this is what I look at when I'm driving. Let's get the wheel centered up. And on the steering wheel, this here go up and down here and it changes that. Do all sorts of different information. And if I go to the side, let's get it back on my speedometer. If I go to the side, so I'm going left, go down to settings and driver assist, and there is launch control. I've obviously not used that yet. I'm still braking the car in, and it's got the hill start, stuff like that. And do you want this one here, auto engine off? I'm going to turn that fucking thing off. I don't like that. What it does, you stop at a light. If you put it in neutral, stop at a light with your foot on the brake and let go of the clutch, the engine cuts out. Then you put your foot back on the clutch, it starts again. Great idea if you're in city traffic every single day, which I do get in a lot of traffic. But then when it's off, it's kind of annoying. It doesn't sound right. You're not using that much fuel. Anyway, I'm not going to use it. Let's try and make this pretty quick. Cruise control. There's your stuff for the stereo, your back, forward, up, down on your volume. This thing here, the infotainment system. That fucking thing, anyway. It's not as good as the Subaru. I said I wasn't going to make comparisons, but I have to here. It's just not as good. Look. There we go. I mean, it looks real nice. It really does, and I might get used to it, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. It's like, that's what I'm looking at there, and it's just, I can't find shit. Can't find it quick enough. I haven't got no navigation in here. This is the base model. But here's that gear stick I was talking to you about. It really is. I've got my arm on the rest right now, on my armrest, and you can see, look, I can quite easily go anywhere I want with it. Here's the important buttons down here. That one can now be off. That's the one that turns the assist off manually, but it comes back on every time you start the car. So that's the one that turns the engine off, sorry. There's your drive mode. So if I press that, it will come up in here. Let's show you this. So I press it once, comes up, it's in sport right now. Press it again, it go to track, drift, and normal. So we're going to leave it in sport mode, and I just press OK over here. You can just leave it, you don't have to press anything, but obviously if you want to pick it quick, then you need to press OK, and it will pick it a lot quicker. And you can use that to navigate as well, left and right on it. The dual zone climate control works great, no problems there. Does exactly what it's supposed to. This here, that's about as useful as tits on a boar hog. Yeah, it does look nice. It looks kind of cool, but that's the only time I look at it is like now, showing you folks. It's got the boost gauge in the middle. Over to the left, it's got the oil temperature, and over to the right, it's got the oil pressure. I guess I will get the look at the oil temperature. I have looked at it a couple of times, but the boost gauge is just, it's too far over. I don't know how much boost this car makes, because unlike my previous car, it used to log it as it went through, and you knew what it was hitting. But not this one. Okay, well, I think that'll do with the inside. The back seats, we're not. Well, let's show you one. Let's show you the back. Oh, and another good thing as well. Oh, the window buttons. Every single window in this car, if you hit it and push it all the way down, the windows go all the way down or all the way up with one push. That's nice to see. God, it's making a noise because it doesn't like the key outside the car. But there's the back seats. Sorry about the lighting, it's getting dark out here. But there is room for 2 adults in here. I'd say 2 adults and a child, and kind of comfortably. Not real comfortable, but you could get them in here. You could get 3 adults at a push, I'm sure. I guess let's have a look. Just shut that, dumbass. Let's open this up if I can find the button. There it is. And there's your hatch. I've got cloths in there right now for wiping the back end after it's been through the car wash. But it's a fairly big trunk. It's nothing to get your dick out over, but it's fairly big. All right, well, let's get back into the car and let's go for one last hoon and a couple of remarks, and we'll get this wrapped up. See you in a second. Okay, we're back in. Don't think there's really much else to show you. I could have showed you under the hood and everything, but you all know what's under there. It's a 2.3 EcoBoost turbocharged engine, which sounds fantastic, and it goes pretty good too. Like I said, I haven't really opened it up. Well, I have. I've taken it up near the red line. So I think when you're breaking a car in, and some people might disagree here, but I've broke every new vehicle in like it, and a couple of motorcycles as well. But I think you should take it easy, vary your speeds, but I think don't just, change before 4,000 all the time. Yes, do it most of the time like I'm doing now, but every now and again, just give your own foot down. Get those rings seated. And you've got to think about it as well, when it's in the factory, before it ever gets put into the car, it's put through a stress test. And they don't keep it under 4,000, I can tell you that. Oh, listen to that. Oh, man. I love it. Oh, it's got a picture of a little car on here as well. I don't know if you've seen that on the display there. And it shows now that it's got this, you can see the little lights on. So showing me, stuttering and stumbling here. We're good. Let's go on to the next one. Sorry, I was talking about the roads there. I'm not going to turn down that one, but we'll carry on going. So the whole package, do I regret buying it? Do I regret getting rid of my old car? I'll tell you right now that the old car as a character, you do become part of it. The old car being the WRX. My previous car, it's not called it old because it's not. My previous car there's something engaging about that. There's something mechanical that gets you involved. This one's, because of all its smart shit and everything else, it felt a little vague when I first got in it. Now I've kind of got used to it, but and I can feel the road through the wheel just fine, and it feels good. It's not as if it's that vague, I don't mean like that. It just doesn't feel as mechanical as the WRX did, but at the same time, this is smooth as shit. It pulls like a $2 whore. Okay, I'm not going fast right now, but you just kept on the accelerator and just floated all the way around there, like this one here. Just a little bit on there, and then add some coming out. Oh man, I love it. Fourth gear is an animal. But when you really put your foot down in this, because when I first test drove it, I was like, blah, I was like, this ain't that good. Then I put it into, halfway through that test drive, I put it into sport, and then all of a sudden the car wakes up. The throttle goes from normal to very responsive, and yeah, it's a completely different car. And then all of a sudden you've got this power. You stick your foot down, and it's you've got 350 horsepower and 350 torque. You know it is. The car's telling you at the same time that it's got it. But it pulls like a motherfucker. It goes. It really does. But you need to stick your foot to the floor to really feel it, because the power is so linear. Let me turn. Why have I got this fucking thing still? Sorry. The power is so linear that it doesn't go along and then all of a sudden, boom, you get this turbo kick in. It's just smooth all the way through. So you don't get that kick in the teeth that you do with other cars. So you haven't got, if that's what you're into, I wouldn't get this, or get it and get it tuned. But standard like this, straight off the lot, for people that like to drive twisty roads, love the handling, love the feel of a car and everything else, this is for you. For people that are into that throw you back in your seat thing and be able to handle and everything else, you know, this isn't it. It's for me, it's not anyway. You don't get that real kick back in the seat. Although, yeah, no, it's just not. Well, when I test drove it, and I was thinking all the time, 350 horsepower, 350 torque, and I just kept on going. You know, I was like, can't wait. And then, yeah, it was kind of a little letdown. But then after you've driven it for a couple of days, you realise that it's usable power. You're not going to come out of a corner and get leery if you're a little bit lead-footed. This will forgive you, and the power is really usable. It's nice. The heel toe is a bastard. Yeah, missed it there. Got it there a little bit, but then it was jabbing at it. There, that kind of put me back in my seat. Right, let's get it back in the normal mode so I'm not spitting and popping all over the place. There. So, yeah, shame I had to go from a BRZ to... I went from the BRZ to the WRX. I did miss the BRZ at first, and then just got to love the WRX. And I still don't know why I traded it in for this, to tell you the truth, except for the fact that I just wanted one of these, and at the time they made it hard for me to turn... It was hard for me to turn it down. But yeah, it was difficult. I sat in the parking lot for 10 minutes thinking to myself, do I do this or do I not? And they were waiting for me to come in, and I was like, and I said to them one time, I said, you know what, I think I'm messing up here, I think we're done. And they actually knocked a little bit more off the car, so that was good. But yeah, it was right when I was about to sign everything, and I looked out the window and seen the WRX out there, and I'm like, this might sound a bit weird, I don't know, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's like having a friend out there that you just said, well, I don't want to be friends with you anymore, I've got a new friend, and he's funnier than you, or it was just like leaving a buddy there. I don't know what it is, you're attached to it, and I still feel bad about it. It's like the damn car's got feelings or something, I don't know, but I kind of miss it in that respect, and it was kind of part of me. But anyway, that put that aside, I am not I haven't got buyer's remorse one bit. This car is worth it. It is a great car. It's really nice. I'm doing like 26 for my neighbourhood, third gear, and it's just nice and gentle. Doesn't wake the neighbours up or anything. And I'm whispering. But anyway, let's knock this video on the head, because I'm sure it's got like 45 minutes to an hour long now. So here it is. I really like the car, and I'm sure when we come to do the 5,000 mile review, or 2,000, 3,000, maybe the first oil change at 3,000 is when I'm going to get it done. Maybe when I get that done, I'll do another review. I'll have it a little longer, probably do an autocross with it and different things, and be able to give you a lot better insight. But this is my initial thoughts, and yeah, it's a little beast. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. For those of you that have come back and watched me again after the last video, I appreciate it, because I know I had a few people run. They were like, oh, fucker, he's given up on Subaru and gone to a Ford, and yeah, I think it upset a few people, and they don't like me anymore. But anyway, I can't help that. What's this cunt doing? Yeah, let's park right in the middle of the fucking road, you idiot. What a fucking bellend. God, I hope to stop and say something to him. But yeah, I'm sorry if that offended you folks. But anyway, I can't please everybody. I've got a Ford now. The channel's still going to be called Scooby Doo. I'm sorry, but it is. I'll end up with another Subaru one day. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you real soon. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of videos coming up with this little sucker. Catch you later. Bye.